All right, GladrapChannel. You're with David Nyika. Battery disease. That's all right. Dave, a lot of excitement about you turning pro. Finally, it looks like the time has come. What led you to this decision? Can you just talk a little bit about that?
I think it's just important to stay stimulated in times like these. Like I've been struggling to get a lot of competition here, and obviously the opportunity to work alongside Joe has been amazing. And of course, to fight on such a prestigious card it's a big deal. So on top of that, making a little bit of money was a great. It's good for me. Really excited.
Obviously, you've been in training camp with Parker. You've been in training camp with Far. How is this one compared to the one with Far?
It's just different. Like it's a lot more closed doors. City kickboxing, they're very inclusive. They have. I remember we were sparring on Saturdays with maybe 60 or 70 other people all in one room. It was nuts. But yeah, it's just a different environment, different feel.
You mean this one's more lockdown? Like there's very limited people invited to see these sessions?
Yeah, and it's there's one ring, 2 boxes, and yeah, it's just a completely different culture.
Just for the people out there, like these training sessions, like do you go hard? Like are you taking it sort of easy on each other, or what's the mindset when you're sparring with Joseph?
We work pretty hard. It's been really competitive boxing. It's a good step up for me in terms of the quality of training. So obviously training in Hamilton, we're limited for sparring partners. So good for me to be able to let my hands go with a big guy, with a big skilled guy.
So there's no holding back. There's no rules like, hey, don't shoot. Don't hit the. Is there any particular rules that?
Not really. No, he throws his weight around really nice. He knows all the professional tricks. He can lean on you. He can tuck your arm under his. He's pretty well versed in terms of like professional boxing. So I understand. Like I've boxed with a lot of pros and sparring, so I know all the tricks as well, which is cool. And I think it's important to pick up those tools over because they're going to be so important in those longer rounds and those longer fights, I should say.
So obviously today there was a bit of tension between Eugene and Kevin, and to be honest, I'm not really too sure why. Are you able to enlighten us on what the actual issue was? Like,
not really. I thought it was pretty exciting. I actually had to step out a couple of times to pee because I was getting real nervous, But and then all of a sudden, somehow I got drawn into it. I didn't know how that was, but no, it's exciting, man. It's really exciting, and I think that's what the event needed. And I have full respect for both camps, and I think this is a classic case of we have a couple of coaches that were fighters, that they don't have that opportunity to let that aggression out anymore. So it's really hard to see. Say, for example, Eugene seems to think his team hasn't been treated appropriately, and I guess he has every right to be upset if that's the way he feels. But I have no idea in terms of the politics behind it. I'm here. I'm Team Nyika, and I'm very much separated from everything that goes on. But it's exciting though, and it's my first taste of the professional political side of boxing, and it's a business from what I can tell. It's how you put bums in seats. So yeah, really exciting.
Actually, can you tell us a little bit about Team Nyika? So is it true you don't have a trainer? Like when you go into a fight, do you not have like someone in the corner sort of advising you what to do? How does that work? Because I haven't seen many fighters do that, or do they? I don't know. Is that a common thing?
I have my people. I have me and Cairo. We're both fighters. We work very closely leading up to fights. My family, my brother, my dad, they've both been around boxing for a long time now. My dad's more of an analyst. My brother obviously has had the most experience with me hands-on. We've been sparring since we were children, really. But he's been around the sport for 7 or 8 years, and all three of us have very different approaches to boxing, and so it's really nice to get each of their input. But yeah, we really are a team of fighters and just a team of friends. So it's been great.
But do you have like a trainer in the corner, like when you're in a fight, like do you have someone sort of telling you?
They come with me. Yeah. So they're in my corner. When we go to international tournaments, I have the national coach and the assistant national coach. So yeah, it's a little bit different, a little bit unorthodox, but I know what to expect out of myself in the gym. I know what to expect from myself in the ring, and I have these guys give me their intake, their input in terms of what I need to be doing.
Where do you get that mindset where you sort of can rely on yourself, and you know what I mean? Like you're in tune with yourself, where you're comfortable with listening to your own advice. Like how do you get into that? Is it just the level of experience, or I'm not seeing that before?
I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous because a lot of people don't have the same kind of drive that I like to think I have. But I can't do this long term. This is part of the reason why I've been struggling to be motivated. A lot of the time I go to the gym by myself, and I have to get up. I saw Junior Fire training by himself at our gym during lockdown, and it's not easy. It's not easy to motivate yourself to train hard when you don't have your entourage behind you. You don't have people to work alongside. So I think in the future I'll look at basing myself either abroad or really actually working on building the culture around me. And at the moment I've got a really good spot at Hit Fitness, and Cairo has been doing so much work that like you wouldn't expect of one of your buddies just to get me ready for my fights.
Is it hard to stay motivated without an opponent? Like it looks like people are almost afraid to get in the ring with you because they know your level. They know I don't know. Maybe they're worried about getting embarrassed and by such a. But how about is it hard to keep the motivation levels without a particular opponent in mind?
It is a little bit, but I know we'll find an opponent that's worthy and that's coming to fight. But at the end of the day, I know I can beat anyone, and I think the cruiserweight division right now is ripe for the taking. I know David Light's making a beeline for a world championship. From what I can tell, his ranking's getting right up there. But with Usyk moved up to heavyweight, all of a sudden there's going to be some real excitement in the cruiserweight division. It's been opened up, so I guess there's a bit of a short course to the world title at the moment.
So the cruiserweight division is really popular at the moment. There's a lot of competition. That's the weight division you wanna dominate?
I think so. At the moment, I'm still comfortable at 91 kilos. I'm probably 91 kilos right now. So as long as I don't have another growth spurt, I'm still working on puberty at the moment. But as long as I don't have another growth spurt, I think I'll be comfortable at cruiserweight for another few years.
And just what advice can you give to people that just in terms of like how you're self-reliant in a way, like how do you advise people to sort of rely on themselves as well, because you can be your own best friend sometimes.
Yeah, I think you just have to find what makes you tick. For me, I spend a lot of time at home with my dog. I've taken up bonsai as a hobby, like little trees kind of thing, and that's kind of helped level me out. And a sport like boxing's humbling, man. Like anyone that's been around boxing long enough knows that it's not easy. But that's part of why we do it. And I know these guys will be working their asses off to make this next fight a great show for everyone.
It's cool to hear your name alongside Joseph Parker with Junior Fire, and I'm sure there's good things ahead of you. But for now, I guess have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and looking forward to seeing you in the future.
Nice one. Cheers, Josh. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cairo.